Okay, episode 2. Let's do it. Let's do it. But before we do it, I will say about that Patreon thing, I'll be honest, I don't even think my internet is fast enough to upload both videos by the time it's Monday. So it would have been great to do a Patreon and people support. But you know what, if you want to support and help me with this week's shop, just send like £500 to the PayPal in the description, you know what I'm saying. But alright, let's get into it. I'm already late as it is, so let's do it. Okay? Okay. We fire straight into the show. We get Brighton, Hove and Albion immediately dissed.
Brighton is quaking right now.
All the queens from Brighton, it's not gone too well for them. Anubis and Joe Black, it's not gone too well. Come on, somebody could have given Elektra a lift or a little stool to stand on because, you know, she's struggling there. Something I was surprised about is everybody bigging up Elektra in the lip sync.
That lip sync was amazing.
Elektra, you won that lip sync.
I thought it was just acrobatics. I didn't see it as a big thing, like everyone seemed to be enjoying it. I just didn't get it. Saying that, there's no wrong with being in the bottom in the first week. I think Bimini was in the bottom in the first week, and look how that panned out. Yeah. Victoria with the knee injury.
There was like a knee slide moment, like I did it and it was like...
Has anyone ever in RuPaul's Drag Race had an injury and then come back? Do you know, like they've got an injury and they've not had to leave the show? You know what I'm saying? Does anybody else ever do a little, every single time Ru says,
will receive an all-expenses-paid trip to Hollywood?
You know, instead of receiving 100k. Can you not just slap 100k? 100k on there, you know what I mean? And maybe a couple of 5k weekly price. Veronica shading Crystal was poetic. It was poetic.
Sorry, I can't get over the fact that her head is so small, but yet so big.
Now that is, it's Shakespeare. That stuff is really. Well, why does everybody want sweaty balls in the face?
Work with sweaty balls in her face. Yeah.
Maybe moist balls, but sweaty balls, don't know about that. Don't know about that.
Bye, boys.
Why is the Brit crew not there? Why are they on holiday? Hire me to be Brit crew. I'll be there. I'll be there on the spot. I will not be on holiday, you know what I mean? I got a year to get in shape for the next series, so... Ru. Supermarket sweep game. What an absolute ball buster. That is such a good game for good TV. But if I were there, I'd be fearing for my life. And what did I tell you? Hell of a day is a tin. Why do you think Crystal named her Hottie of the Season? And look how happy he is after receiving that.
No hesitation.
You know what? I don't mind how straight up Crystal is. I don't think I'd fancy going out for a pint with Crystal. I feel like we could end in an argument about something, but as a viewer watching TV, it's great. Okay, now Dragathon. I wasn't that big on it. But either way, even in the rehearsal, Veronica bigging up Crystal and Kitty.
And River is there.
But you know what? Let's see who finishes higher. Let's see who finishes higher ranked in the show. Let's just keep an eye on River, you know what I mean? I almost felt really sorry for Kitty when she joked in front of Ru.
Which one do you think you would have gotten?
Well, trade, obviously.
She'd be the trade of the season. And then Ru, the almighty himself, laughed in Kitty's face. Now that'd break me. I mean, what can you really do other than just laugh along? My testicles went up inside me when Charity did the American accent.
My American accent? You want to hear my American accent, Ru?
Which I didn't even think were that bad. It was just a bit of an awkward silence around it. So they're only just coming back down.
Thanks, I tried. She's so fit.
Victoria, I know exactly what you're saying.
I'm holding to that bike like it's the thickest, juiciest dick, and
I love chorizo. I love chorizo. Oh my word, it's not often that I actually laugh out loud watching TV. But Veronica playing with them balls.
Put a cardi on or something. That is not BBC worthy.
Veronica with all their ace on top of those balls.
Oh
my god.
That were a moment for everybody in that room. Well, I mean, even while she's getting feedback, she just don't stop. She's still going. She's still showing you what she can do with them balls. Okay, then we get Crystal and Victoria sat talking about the star buy thing earlier on.
So I wanted to apologise. She is my sister.
And this is a point, you can take it either way. I don't know what you think about it, but when Crystal said sorry to Victoria about that comment, is this like a first time apology on the show? You know I haven't watched every single season, so I don't know if it's happened before, but I've seen like fat jokes be made and they kind of like shrug it off. But since the joke was made to a female, is this now going to become a barrier that's going to become present in the show as it goes along? You know how people are going to get criticised a lot more for what they say on the show, and you know, for being a bitch, basically. I thought it's nice to see the apology and to recognise that were done, but you know, is it going to be a little bit more censored? And the comments made by a man or a woman on the show, are they going to be received differently? You know what I mean? But then Victoria, really funny, laughs it off in front of the entire room, embarrasses Crystal back by saying,
Oh, what a lovely conversation that just happened, all stemming from Crystal calling me fat.
that was funny. Okay, now as we were saying, Dragathon, not my favourite, but let's get into it, eh? Kitty reminds me of Lawrence Chaney in that pub skit they did on season 2. Really funny. Like I was actually peeing, laughing, watching that. The whole pub skit I had to pause the actual show for a second because I get so awkward when RuPaul's an awkward face. When he's watching something and he feels awkward, we all feel awkward. Do you know? I almost fear every time he pulls that face, it's gonna be another H&M moment that occurs, and nobody wants to see that. So when it was Charissa, Vanity, and Elektra and Vanity, I thought commanded the stage, and Charissa just put the personality into it, and it all worked really well. But I want that into it. Ballbusters I actually found quite funny. I don't understand why Crystal seems so funny in this. Like just the way she was shouting, it was funny. But why was it funnier than everyone else? I don't know. And then RuPaul's the H&M face again. At first, I thought he was looking at Victoria because she wasn't able to do much, you know, having to sit down. But then I realised it was actually Charity that she was looking at because she was a bit. Okay, then we got a red carpet showstoppers. You know, Charissa is not just your average sausage. She's like one of them premium sausages. So it's like apple and caramelised onion sausages from Co-op. That's how good Charissa is. You know, Elektra, after she pulled the foreskin back, it just looked like she was kind of wearing a dressing gown with glitter on it. Just didn't feel it. Vanity Milan came out looking like a ting. Raja, step aside as the purple queen. Step aside. Kitty even stepped it up from last week. Big time. Big time. A fair ting. Crystal Versace looked great, but the chebs were slightly too big for my liking. Like it was so perfect, but then the chebs just kind of took it to a bit of a different dimension for me. River gave me 90s Pamela Anderson vibes. I don't know why. It might have been the makeup or something. I don't know. The eyebrows. I don't know. Veronica looked really good. Something a little bit different with the curly wig. I don't know why that looked so good. Maybe just on Veronica it looked good, but they were good. Charity Case, did Michelle like that or not? I can't tell. Elva Day's got some decent guns on her. Oh, I just noticed. Scarlett comes in looking all shy, but knows that everybody there knows she's a ting. At like her first Oscars red carpet, do you know? Like I'm so shy, but take my picture. You know, Veronica, I'm almost going to say I'm not too sure about the runway, but then you told us you were wearing Charissa's stinky trainers. So you got my vote, and you got my vote. From all this, I couldn't really tell who were going to be in the bottom. I thought Elektra probably in the bottom. I thought Victoria got a bit of a hall pass, probably because of the knee problem, but if it carries on another week, could be a problem. I didn't overly realise it at the time, but I get exactly what Michelle meant.
That at one point I didn't know if you were right or the other girls were right.
Saying Elektra were just going 100 miles an hour, like I was watching it thinking, Elektra's ahead of everyone, she must be the one in time. But then, in the matter of fact, she was just going twice the speed of everybody else because she was so electric. River comes back to the workroom looking like she's ready for a pint of landlord and a packet of pork scratchings.
Oh, you got trainers on as well.
I still served it.
Oh my god, my.
Well,
After all the comments had been made, I had no idea why Vanity thought she was going to be in the bottom.
because I can't do it.
I don't want to
And I
listen
won't
against
do
you.
it.
Like I thought it was obviously going to be Charity and Elektra 100%. Like I just thought, Vanity, why are you crying? What are you complaining about? You're not going to be in the bottom. You're not going to be in the bottom, yeah? Well, that didn't last too long. Crystal wins. Great again. 2 in a row. Must be that small head must be getting big now. Or maybe it just deserves to be big. Do you know? You know, once again in the lip sync, Elektra, once the acrobatics start, they just don't stop. But damn, what a spice she must be in the bedroom. Elektra goes, and I'm going to miss her Burnley ways. She's very funny. Someone I would have liked to see go very far for how entertaining she is on the show. But we've got to say goodbye unless... What a cliffhanger, eh? With Victoria.
Victoria Scone, will you please step forward?
The knee problem, will it carry on? Who knows? But if Victoria has to go with the injury, does that mean Elektra comes back? That wraps me up. This is my final day off, so I'm going to use this day to edit and get it out. See you next week, I think. I don't know what else I can say. Yeah. Okay.